Hey guys, Deva here, and this is probably going to be the last counter speculation video before Alatreon drops. And it's of course the Switch X. My apologies, but I cannot cover all weapons, especially the ones I never played or researched, for example Hunting Horn, Glaive, Lance and Gun Lance. For ranged weapons you can check Angabata's channel. It's your best bet if you're a gunner and looking for Alatreon counter builds such as Sticky Cheese or dual element light bowguns. Once Alatreon is out and we have more information, you can be sure I will update all the builds if necessary. Also all the new elemental meta builds if Alatreon gear is able to break the current meta. You can now sub if you haven't, so you get notified whenever I post a new video, and with that said, let's straight jump to the builds. I made two variations of each element. A Master's Touch, which focuses on sharpness, comfort, damage and a little survivability, while the Divine Blessing 5 builds will prevent you from carting by any physical attacks, hopefully. Both builds also run free meal because you will need a lot of resources, but as well guts to prevent getting one-shotted if your HP is above 40%. Eschaton's Judgment, however, is not a physical attack, or at least his fire shift from what we saw on the dev diary, and therefore you can't reduce the damage you take with these skills. But stay tuned, I will cover also a video on possibilities to survive it. I went of course with a Kjarr weapon since they are currently the meta and come with free crit element. So here are the Divine Blessing 5 builds. All 5 have a 100% crit chance and run Power Prolonger. Power Prolonger does increase the duration of your sword's amp state for some weird reason by 100%. All other weapons in the game only by 40%. So it's a must-have skill unless you feel comfortable recharging fast. The weapons vary a bit on affinity and slots, so there is plus minus 1 or 2 skills in addition on each element, so you will see recovery level 1 up to 3. I love this skill because it gives me 30% more lifesteal, and when I can't max it out I just use it on my mentals. The reason why I'm not using speed eating on all of my counter builds is because I'm gonna work on a solid wide range 5 quick sheathing build that can also deal decent damage, and probably gonna be dual blades. Protective Polish will prevent your sharpness to deplete, so I highly recommend to go farm Wedgefish plus scales if you haven't yet, because the event will go away most likely next week, not even next week, on Friday. This allows you to sharpen instantly, and 5 of them can last over 300 hunts, so you literally just have to do the quest once or max twice. Also very important, augment for 1 affinity, 1 health regeneration and 1 element. I choose 1 affinity over 1 element because it frees up much space in the build and is more efficient than the 30 more element. Augment mode, 6 times element and the last one attack. You will notice each element has different sharpness, so for now it's up to you which one you use till we know what's the most efficient one. Oh, also a lot of people like to use 1 level of earplugs because during zero sum discharge you gain 4 levels. This means you're completely immune during roars. You can fit it in if you want, but I don't think Alatreon will spam roars, and if he does, I don't think you want to be anywhere near him. Okay, here are the slightly less defensive builds, but therefore we have Master's Touch, which technically is infinite sharpness if you always crit. We also run only 2 levels of Blight resistance, which makes Blights last for only 10 seconds. This allows you to activate Coalescence for a juicy raw and elemental boost. It most likely will have 100% uptime in this fight. Kjarr Fire was the only one to fit 3 levels of Colin because it has the highest affinity and had an extra slot. However, 1 level is more than enough and the biggest boost, so you could replace the other 2 levels with comfort skills. Besides of that, all 5 elements are built about the same and have the same skills. One more small tip, you will mostly see on my builds or build cards that the affinity is over 100%, and I see people commenting that saying you can optimize them further. Yes, of course you can, but having more than 100% affinity is totally okay if it's up to like 120 or 115. Because we all know it's not realistic to hit tenderized weak spots, and this drops DPS drastically, neither is Agitator all the way active. So feel always free to slot more expert jewels in the mentals if you're insecure with hitting tenderized weak spots. On the swag builds I decided to leave it on 100 to fit more skills in. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if so, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you want to see next. I will be working on a healer build, like I mentioned before, and the speculation video of how to avoid dying from Eschaton's Judgment. If you wanna get notified whenever I post a video, you can hit that sub button, it's totally free, and of course smack that bell on. With that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting, guys.